Okay, we're gonna go into a lateral band step in place. So the band's gonna go around the ankles. Lauren's gonna slightly bend her legs into an athletic position. Left foot's gonna stay in place here, and her right foot's gonna step out, and then control right back into where it was. She's gonna continuously do those steps, keeping this leg completely neutral, not letting it shift back and forth. So both legs are getting the work here now as she's stepping in and out. Keep that pace coming, Lauren, a couple more, and 3, 2, 1, and rest. And now we're going to go into a forward angle step with the bands on the ankles. So Lauren's going to go back into that athletic position, legs are going to be bent. Now we're going to step out of the 45-degree angle and then control back in. Out of the 45 and control back in. Perfect. Trying to stay on the ball of the foot as I step out and control back. You got this leg staying pretty neutral now. Don't let that knee come out in front of the toe. And 3 more reps. And 1 and 2. Get that reach. Last 1 and rest. Now we're going to go into a 3-way angle step. So back in our athletic position here, Lauren's going to take that foot step all the way out of the 45, come back to return position, out to the lateral, and then back at a 45 and repeat. Perfect. Trying to keep this knee into place here. We got it. Spine is neutral. Body's not doing anything up top. The only thing we got moving here is the leg. And one more time all the way around and reach and side. Notice I got tension on the band the whole time and rest. Okay, now we're going to go onto a lateral leg raise on the wall with a supported hand there. Band's going to go about calf level here, and then Lauren's going to take her leg and raise it out to the side and then control back in. Toes going to stay pointed forward as much as you can here, keeping a little bend in this knee. Perfect. Stay in the line of your body here. I don't want to go forward. I don't want to go back. I want to stay, there you go. Keep coming. And 3 more reps. Body's pretty neutral here. Do not let it lean over to the side to overcompensate. 1 more. And rest. Okay, now we're going to go into a single leg extension with the band back at calf level here. Knee's going to bend just a little here, then my leg is coming back, it's going to be completely straight. She's going to kick back and then control right back to the leg and then kick back. Perfect. As best I can now to keep this toe pointed forward. Don't allow rotation in that hip. If you want to make it a little bit harder, hold at that backside for a second. Keep coming in and out here. I want a little bit of space here now in between my feet. That way I keep my tension on the band. Body is absolutely neutral. And 1 more rep and rest. We're going to go into a wall walk. So Lauren's going to put the bands on the wrist here. Her hands are slightly about shoulder width apart. Keeping tension on the band already before we start. The spine's going to be neutral here, and she's slowly going to start to inch up the wall. Keeping the forearms and the wrist connected. Get up as high as you can here. Now you might not get fully extended, and then you control back down to chest level. Once I get back down to chest level, I'm going to go right back up that wall again. Keeping the tension on the band, that's perfect. Yep, up as high as you can, get that stretch and control all the way back down to the chest. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. With the bands on the wrist facing the wall now, Lauren's back in that neutral spine position. Elbows are tucked in here now. She's going to keep her left arm there while stepping out with her right. Out to the side, hold it, control back in, and then go left and control back in. Perfect. Notice the elbow is leaving the side here and then coming back each time. Tension is on the band here the whole time. She's going to control in and out for a few steps on each side. Shoulders are back, great position. And 1 more each side. And perfect. Okay, facing the wall with the bands on the wrist, we're now going to go into a 3-way ankle step with the upper body. So elbows are tucked in. My first angle is going to be up at a 45. We'll go ahead and start to reach. And then I control back in, elbow to the side. And then now I'm out lateral. Perfect. And then down at a 45. And then right back up through it. And reach top. And lateral, and down to the 45, 1 more time through. Notice elbow is leaving the side. Tension is on the band here, this backside is just stabilizing and rest. Okay, with bands on the wrist and a standing position here, slight bend in the knees. Lauren's going to squeeze her shoulders back together and then let her wrist come all the way apart and then control back in. Notice this time now, elbows are staying locked on the sides. Shoulders are squeezing together as I come out. Tension is always staying on the band when I'm coming out and when I come in. As soon as that tension starts to feel like it's about to come off, you want to split right back out. And 2 more reps. Perfect. And 1. Good upright position there. Last 1. Okay, in standing position now, bands on the wrist, slight bend in the knees. Lauren's going to now begin to press out into the band, press overhead, reaching back up top here, control back to the chest, let the tension come off here, and then back and press. Perfect, keeping the tension the whole time now, up and down. Notice that band is tight all the way down and back in. 1 more rep, and reach, and down the chest, and back. Good. Okay, high plank position here, hips and shoulders are level. Band's going to go on the wrist wrist here. Feet are a little wider than shoulder width. Lauren's going to now begin to step out with her right arm, control back in, and I'm going to transition into my left arm, and then control back in. Perfect. Always keeping tension in the middle of the band. She's going to keep going here. Notice my hips, they might have a little rotation, which is okay. You just don't want them rotating too much side to side here. And a couple more reps each side. Perfect. One more. And last one. Good. And push-up position with the bands back on the wrist, hips and shoulders are level. Lauren's now going to begin to walk out with her right hand first, and then her left. Perfect. And then right back in, and then left. Always keeping tension on the band. There is a pattern here now. The right side leads, and then the left, and then it follows back by the right and the left. Keeping constant tension there. Notice not much hip rotation going on back here. A couple more here per side. And one. Control back, and rest. Okay, line on the side now, we're going to a leg raise. Band's going to be at calf level here, toe pointed straight forward to the wall. Lauren's going to raise her leg all the way up and then control back down. Once her foot gets almost all the way back to her leg, we're going to raise all the way back up. You got it. Keeping tension on the band the whole time. Hips are slightly rolled forward. Notice she is not pulling back here. Perfect. 2 more reps. And last one. All the way up and all the way down. Good. Okay, line on the side with the band above the knees now. Feet are connected in line with the butt here. I'm going to raise my knee all the way up. Keep my feet together. Control back down. Perfect. Raise all the way up. Notice my hip is staying in position here. If it starts to come out too much this way, you're overcompensating, so maybe not go up as high. And 2 more reps here. Perfect. Last one. All the way up. And control down. And rest. Okay, Lauren's going to be lying on her back now with the band now around her feet. Toes are slightly going to be pointed forward towards her. And she's now going to pull one leg up to her chest like she is running and then control back down. We're going to alternate sides here. You got it. Make sure I keep those toes pulled up now, otherwise your band's going to fling right off. Knees going to come to about hip level here and then control back down. Alternating sides, doing the best you can now to squeeze your low back onto the ground. Here we go, one more each side. And perfect. Okay, line on the stomach now. I got the bands on the feet. Back where we had them before here. Lauren is now going to take her heel, raise it to the roof, hold it there for half a second, and control back down. That's perfect. Try not to overcompensate here, keeping this hip down. I'm getting all hamstring and glute here. Raising that leg straight up, heel is to the roof. Perfect, and 2 more reps, and kick. And last one, heel straight up, and all the way down, rest. Okay, with the Versa loop on the ankles now, Lauren's going to bend her legs in an athletic position here. Keeping her left leg there, she's going to step out with her right and then followed by her left. Perfect. Keeping tension on the band now. Knees are straight forward, toes are forward. She's going to go 6 to 8 steps this way. Once she gets there, 2 more steps, Lauren, and I'm going to control back and then come back this way. Straight into it now. Keeping tension on the whole time. That's perfect. Legs are bent. She's not piking the hip here. And 2 more. 1. And awesome. Okay, with the Versa loop on the ankles, Lauren's going to bend her legs back in that athletic position now, and then begin to keep her legs out wide, keeping bodies upright here now. Toes are straight forward, tension's on the band the whole time. We're going to go 8 to 10 steps forward once you get here. Then we're going to come back in reverse, keeping that same position, not allowing the hips to rotate. Awesome, Lauren. A couple more steps. And 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, with the band on the ankles now, Lauren's legs are bent in an athletic position. She's now going to 45-degree angle step out towards me, step in and then back, in and then back. Awesome. Notice she's really reaching with that step. As she steps in, my tension stays on my band. And 1 more step, and let's come back in reverse now on the same pattern. You got it. Everything staying forward. Hips are awesome there. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, with the Versa loop on the ankles, Lauren's going to widen her feet out to shoulder width position here. Come up onto her toes. Keep my legs completely straight. She is now going to begin to stiff-legged walk. There we go. Keeping the tension on the band. My heels are not coming to the ground here. A couple more steps coming forward. And let's come back in reverse, Lauren. You got it. Keeping the feet out wide to shoulder width. Yeah. I know they're burning. Keep coming in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, with the big band here now attached, you want a smaller band. This can be attached to a pole or a partner. I'll be Lauren's partner here. She's going to slightly bend her legs and then press that band straight out in front of her. I got it. Elbows are tucked in. I don't want the chicken arms out. She's coming back in and forth. Awesome. I need to add a little more tension here now. I'll create a little stabilization here for her. And 2 more presses, Lauren. And 1, and rest. Okay, with the red band here, Lauren's gonna bend her legs a little bit. Remember, I am her pole, or a partner, someone is holding it here. Lauren's gonna now begin to rotate across her body with her arms, keeping her trunk, everything's square here now, just her arms are going back and forth, creating a core rotation here. Same thing now, if I need to add a little more tension on here, I'll step back a little bit, firing that core a little bit more. Keep coming, Lauren, 2 more reps, and 1, perfect. Long red band here attached. Lauren's gonna bend her legs slightly. Arms are straight out in front now. I'm gonna pull on this band and Lauren's gonna raise her band up and down. Belly button to eye level here, controlling that band. If I wanna mess with it a little bit, give a little more pull here. Got it. I wanna keep in the center of my chest now. If I'm pulling too much, her arms will then come towards me. Keep coming, Lauren, and 1. Awesome. All right, with the long red band attached to a pole or a partner holding it, Lauren will get into her athletic position here. She's gonna begin to get a high row here. Elbow coming back and then control back in. Perfect, I want tension on the band here the whole time now. And then our other grip we could do is a neutral grip row. So she'll turn palm in, you got it, elbow tucks into the side. If I need a little bit more tension, I'll pull against her. 1 more rep there, Lauren. And good. All right, with the long red band now underneath Lauren's feet are shoulder width position here. My hands are a little bit outside of my thighs, that's awesome. She's gonna forearm curl that band up to her chest, come into a bend stance here, now begin to press her band over the top of her head, and then control back down to chest, and then that is my starting position. You got it. Notice hands are coming back at this angle a little bit. They're not going out in front of her body. 3 more reps here, Lauren. No low back bow. My spine's completely neutral, that's great. Last rep, and control back down. Awesome. Standing position with the band back underneath your feet. You want shoulder width apart here. Lauren's going to create 2 little loopholes on each side of the band here with her hands. Perfect. Now she got something to grip onto. Elbows are locked onto the sides here. Legs are slightly bent. She's going to go into a bicep curl and then control back down. Elbows aren't coming off to the sides. She's just going all the way up to the shoulder capsule here and then right back down. A couple more reps. And that's awesome. 2 more. Last one. You got it. All right, with the bands looped together, attached to a pole now, tension is tight. Lauren's gonna begin to go into 3 steps forward, 1, 2, 3, and then control back out. As soon as the tension starts to come back, she's already sprinting back out. Staying on the balls of my feet here. Go, Lauren, a couple more reps. And awesome, 2 more, you got it. Last one, get all the way out here. And control back in. Perfect. All right, with the bands attached again here, now Lauren's gonna get into an athletic position and go into a side shuffle. Couple steps out, and then a couple steps back in. As soon as tension starts to come back onto the band, she's already back out here. Keeping her feet apart the whole time so we're not tripping. That's great, Lauren. 2 more reps. Notice band is on the hips here now, not up on the stomach. Last rep, control it back in, you got it. All right, with the bands back attached to the pole, legs are slightly bent. We're gonna go into a back pedal here. Lauren's gonna back pedal back a couple steps and then control back forward right as she starts. Then she's out. Perfect. I wanna spend little times here at each end now and then right back out. Same thing here, control forward. Legs are slightly bent the whole time. My knees are back over my toes. Keep coming, Lauren. 2 more reps. You got it. Quads are burning, I know. Last one, controlled all the way back. Awesome. All right, with the bands attached to the pole and around Lauren's waist here, she's gonna begin with the left foot right pattern over that band, running in and out. Notice her feet are right next to the band on each side. She's not letting that band pull her back. Awesome, Lauren, keep it coming. A couple more steps per side. Stand on the balls of the feet and rest. All right, with 1 or 2 bands attached to the pole, depending on your space here, Lauren's gonna go ahead and walk back a little bit here. Feet are gonna be about shoulder width apart. She's gonna sit down into a stretch. Allowing that stretch to go into her lat and her shoulder here, just sitting back through her hips, hold in there. Once we hang out there for a few seconds, now we're gonna begin to rotate. So now she's gonna rotate, pull across, look that hand all the way through the other side. You got it. And I'm gonna hang out there for a couple seconds, Lauren. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. With my bands attached to a pole here, Lauren's gonna step out into a square position. Band's gonna be in the opposite arm, keeping her shoulders square. She's gonna then let her body start to fall out. Getting the whole stretch here on my posterior shoulder here. If I need to walk my feet down a little bit to increase the stretch, then she'll fall over a little bit more. There you go. Got to trust yourself a little bit there. And 3, 2, 1, rest.